Hi, guys. Hope you're doing well this evening. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Guys, we're going to try to make this a short video.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an interesting video, which every one of these is interesting to me because we see so much. What we've got here is a guy called Robert Lee Floyd, Bobby Floyd.
Okay.
We're going to show you his name after a while and who he's associated with. But
Mm-hmm.
on August 12th, they're asking him uh, on August the 16th, 1969, asking Robert Bobby Floyd had gotten into Mississippi, and they're asking him to take a polygraph. They're asking him, after he was advised of his rights and stuff, they're asking him if he'll take a polygraph. They're asking him about a 30 caliber rifle
Okay.
that was involved in the murder of Pauline Pusser.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Robert Lee Floyd, Bobby, stated he had sold this 30 caliber carbine rifle to Howard Bunch. Now, in the beginning, I think on another page, he says he couldn't remember who he sold it to, but he states he had bought this carbine
Mm-hmm.
for from Howard Bunch a good while ago and had paid him $40 for this rifle.
Okay. So he
He
bought it.
stated that he's selling it back for $80. And they was asking him, they said, how come you sold it back to him for more than you gave? And he said he'd put a new stock on it. Y'all can read these papers for yourself. Robert Lee Bobby Floyd was asked why he had lied on Friday, September the 12th, when he was so insistent that he didn't know anything about who he sold the rifle to. He didn't know who the person that bought it.
Really?
So anyway, they're going to take him for a polygraph. But since he had lied when he did not remember to whom he had sold it,
Mm-hmm.
suspicious, and asking him if he had any involvement in the murder of Pauline Pusser.
Wow.
Agent's note. See information from Mississippi investigator Charlie Goforth concerning Bobby Floyd, stating Floyd, sold this carbine to Howard Bunch at the end of this report. Upon arriving in Jackson, Mississippi on Tuesday, September the 16th, Bobby Lee Floyd was carried to the Mississippi Highway Patrol Station where he was given 3 polygraph tests by Assistant Director Dewy Weems, Identification Bureau, Mississippi Highway Patrol, Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi. Okay.
Mississippi, babe. Go ahead. Yeah.
My question is, why is Mississippi investigating uh a murder that happened in
Well,
Tennessee?
remember a while back we was seeing all those raids that had taken place on the state line?
Yes.
And it was Buford Pusser, McNairy County Sheriff's Department, and it was Mississippi authorities.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State Police,
Yep.
Mississippi Highway Patrol.
Wow.
Buford worked better with Mississippi law enforcement than he did with Tennessee. It's as simple as that. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Now, he's been investigated. The death took place on New Hope Road, the ambush
Mm-hmm.
in Tennessee, and
Right.
you've got Mississippi authorities getting ready to give this fella a polygraph test.
Okay.
Let's go to the next page, wherever it might be.
Okay.
Just every which one of the writings you come up on, we'll be out of.
Okay. Here's
It's
this
okay.
one.
They're all good. Okay.
Don't know. It's the darker one. Let's see what questions.
Test number 1. That's it. Test number 1. Guys, we're not going to go over the relevant questions,
Mm-hmm.
which is what's his name, what color shoes he's got on, how they get their reading. We're going to go to the pertinent questions,
Okay.
the questions that's going to tell that they want to know if he's lying about.
Oh.
Now, a lot of people don't know in polygraphs, it's not like it's a big secret. And you'll be asking a person, how old are you? Do you smoke cigarettes? Do you have black shoes on? Then all of a sudden, did you kill Pauline Pusser? No, it ain't like that. The polygrapher will sit there with you and go over every question What color shoes do you have on? Did you eat breakfast today? Do you know anything about Pauline Pusser's death? No. Was you there when she was killed? No. Do you? And they ask you every question over and over. They're setting their scales on how you acted to that question the other two or three times that they did in practice.
Uh-huh.
And then when they really start doing the polygraph,
They see if there's a change.
let's go over some of the questions that was asked of this fella.
Okay.
Were you in the car the night Pauline Pusser was shot? He said no.
Okay.
Do you know for sure who shot Pauline Pusser? He said no. Now, I went through these questions already, and I just wish that a polygrapher from today was there back then, because that's something else that's advanced tremendously over the years is polygraphs and questions and the relevance and stuff. And I have a feeling they could have had these questions worded a little bit better. But do you know who has the gun that shot Pauline Pusser? No. At the end of the first polygraph test, the assistant director, Weems, asked Floyd about his answer no to the question of if he had taken any medication in the last 24 hours. Floyd said he had taken an antacid tablet that morning, 6 a.m., that he had had a hangover from drinking the night before.
Uh-huh.
Assistant Director Weems stated he was not getting much reaction from Floyd on any of the questions, and he suspected Floyd was possibly taking something.
Uh-oh.
But that Weems decided to run another test. Now, so they probably waited an hour or two.
Really? Okay.
And they've done another test.
Okay.
Test number 2 down at the bottom there. And it says, is your name Bobby? Are you 45 years old? And do you intend to lie to me? And then it goes to the next one.
The next
test number 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the first one you got.
Here's one. It says,
this one right there.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah.
Wearing black shoes?
Yeah. Are you wearing black shoes? And then the relevant question to number 2 test is, were you in the car when Pauline was shot? No.
Okay.
Do you know where the gun is that shot Pauline? No. Do you know how much was paid to get Pauline shot? No. See, I think Pauline was just a victim of circumstance. Pauline was collateral damage.
In the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's it, babe. Wrong place at the wrong time. They hadn't paid nobody to shoot Pauline.
Right.
They had probably paid somebody to shoot Buford. That question should have probably been directed at, do you know where the gun is at that shot Pauline? Do you know how much was paid to shoot Buford or to ambush Buford, or who knows? I'm not a polygrapher. Have you intentionally lied to any of these questions? No. And then right below that, he went ahead and done test 3, guys, you're looking at there. And number 5 down there, the question says, were you present when the phone calls were made to Pusser?
No.
Were you in the car that shot Pauline Pusser? I was waiting for you. No.
No. Okay, sorry.
Do you know where the carbine is that Pauline was shot with?
No.
Attached is a written report of the results of the polygraph taken by Robert Lee Bobby Floyd. Now remember that name, guys.
Okay.
By Assistant Director Dewy Weems, Jackson, Mississippi Highway Patrol, guys. This is not Tennessee. This is not the TBI in Tennessee doing this investigation. Now, they had access to this guy. They could have looked him up. Warren Jones could have given him a polygraph. Warren Jones could have, and you're going to see something in a minute, the relevance, the relationship. But let's see what it says here. Case summary.
Okay. Do you want me to look up that one?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it for you.
It's got the black mark right there, maybe.
Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Case summary. Officers advised that an informant had told them that on the night of the shooting of Sheriff and his wife, Robert Lee Floyd, was in the back seat of the car of which the shots came.
Whoa.
Now, guys, I'm going to tell you something about police officers. We're not that smart. We can make you think we are, make you think we solve all these cases. 99.9% of the cases that's solved out there by police officers, especially code cases, comes from the general public. You might get somebody for DUI and they say, hey, give me a break. I got to have my license. I got to work. I'll tell you who robbed the 7-Eleven. Okay, who was it? And so forth. Hey, give me a break. I'll tell you who done this. I'll tell you. And that's how we also get information from people that just wants to do the right thing. The general public that says, hey, I come by there the other night and I saw you may want to go talk to them. I heard they got robbed. And you go from there. And then you also get information from money. We have informants that you can pay.
Yep.
They always know where they can get some money from if they get hard up. They just got to have some good information. And the better you pay,
The more
better
likely.
results you're going to get. Dope dealer told me one time, said, you'll never get me.
Yeah.
Have at it. All this and that. Just, I'd been most people paying $100, $200 for cocaine buys. And I went to the city. Now he's right in the city. We don't have no dope dealers in the city. We didn't allow it. We'd arrest them. We couldn't get this one. I told the city, I said, we can, everybody's afraid of them,
Yeah.
but I've got a person for $2,500
That'll do it.
that will do it. And the city fathers, the mayor and the council was sweet as they could be. And they said, go ahead. We don't want it in our city. And the way I would work it out anytime on my drug deals and stuff, I always let people pay their own. They paid their own bounty, their own ransom, their own informant, because they went and made a buy off this guy. One got a search warrant, arrest warrant, arrested him. Got there and I told him, I said, I played him the tape where he told me. I was talking to him that day and taping him, and I played him the tape. He says, you'll never get me.
Yep.
Have at it.
Yep.
Do your best, or whatever he said.
Give it your best shot or something.
And I played it for him. I said, remember that? He said, I remember. I said, you're under arrest, and took him to court. He was going to stand trial. And I'll tell you what I used to do, guys, and I'll go on with this, but I used to leave it up to the people. In my old age, I got till I would say, hey, let them plead to 7 years. You can get out of jail today. Plead guilty, 7 years probation. If you don't do nothing else, you're free. It's up to you. You're on probation. You can walk out of here today, free man. But if you mess up again, it's on you. And I had so many that would go right back, and I knew they was, but they would take that. They knew they wanted to get out of there that day. I'll plead to it. I ain't gonna do nothing else. That particular guy there went out, and he got out. He pled guilty to 7 years to serve if he violated the law. And that night he gets on the Facebook and he threatens the very person that went and made the undercover buy and said they was going to come up missing, and they was going to be like this person that had been missing for years. And I went the next day and got a warrant on him. He went back to court. He served 7 years. He served out. In fact, he served out. He didn't even take parole at the end. He went ahead and served his 7 years. He said he didn't want nobody holding over his head and probation. So we get our information from other people. So somebody knew. Was you wanting something?
But didn't he also have to pay back the money that you all?
Oh, thank you, babe. Yeah, that was part of my plea agreements. I always played him out to 7 years, but he also had to make restitution to the city for $2,500. And he did. He paid $50 a month, or his mother did.
Somebody did, yeah.
Until they paid $2,500 off it. We took it out of her check. She had to pay it, but they paid that $2,500 back to the city. So he paid the informant who arrested him. Yeah.
Basically.
Who bought off him. But this person here says that this guy had bragged to them, or some way they knew that he was one of the shooters in the back of the car.
Wow.
Results. In the pre-test interview, Floyd advised that he was 46 years of age and born July the 5th, 1927 in Coffeyville, Mississippi, and at present lives at so and so. He advised that he did not know who shot Buford and Pauline Pusser, nor had he ever heard anything about it.
Really?
Now, since we went to this paper, I'm probably not going to read the other one, but there's a paper there where he finally admits this is 1969, guys. This is 2 years after Pauline was killed and Buford was shot.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most publicized things in Tennessee and Mississippi area. This guy said he'd never even heard about it. I don't know nothing about it. What are you talking about? Well, later on, he gets mixed up in his statement that he's given, and he actually comments on it that when that happened, that he was somewhere else or that he done something. And so he's already, here's your suspect. Here's one of your suspects. Subject was given 2 R and I test references, his knowledge of the shooting, of being in the car, and of his being present when the phone call was made to get the sheriff out on the state line road. His polygrams contained specific reactions indicative of deception to the relevant questions pertaining to the shooting of Pusser. Here's your conclusion. After careful analyzation of this subject's polygrams, it is the opinion of the examiner that he did not tell the truth.
Wow.
Now look who signed this, guys. Dewy Weems, Assistant Director, Identification Bureau, Mississippi Highway Patrol,
Wow.
Jackson, Mississippi. How sad is this?
Wow.
How sad is it that the TBI is out here trying to prove a person? I got one more thing there.
Yes.
They're out there trying to prove Buford Pusser killed his wife.
Yeah.
And they've already gave a polygraph to a man that supposedly was in the back seat shooting one of the weapons, and he's failed his polygraph. 3 polygraphs he took and he failed them. Now, let's see where the relevance of this name is at, this guy. Let's go to that newspaper article. The last thing, probably.
Right there. There you go.
The newspaper article. Miss Louise Hathcock's first paragraph down, beginning of the second paragraph. Shamrock Motel was arrested by Sheriff Buford Pusser, McNairy County Sheriff's Department, when deputies found untaxed whiskey in her car.
Okay.
Let's go next one down. Mississippi authorities said Miss Hathcock would be charged. Mississippi authorities.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on down. They were identified as Edward James Coleman, Clyde Timberlake, Robert Lee Floyd, and W.O. Hathcock.
There you go.
A warrant signed by a Mississippi judge.
Wow.
W.O. Hathcock and Robert Lee Floyd. Remember, W.O. Hathcock was supposed to have the blue Cadillac sitting at the plantation. And now here's 5 persons arrested on the state line gambling. And here's these 2's associates. They're acquaintances. They know each other. W.O. and Robert Lee Floyd. And Robert Lee Floyd's supposed to be involved in the back seat doing the shooting. And it's supposed to be a blue Cadillac. And at the time, W.O. Hathcock owned a blue Cadillac.
Exactly.
According to what day you listen to Mike Elam on, whether he owned it or not. One day he says he owned it, but he traded it off 2 weeks before. One day he says that he still owned it, but it wasn't there. One day he says, or 2 times he says that it was a phantom. Buford Pusser was out here chasing around a phantom blue Cadillac. There was no blue Cadillac around. That's what he says in his videos that I've watched.
Yeah.
There's your suspect, guys.
Sounds like it to me.
There's a suspect.
Wow.
Failed the polygraph. Supposed to be in the back seat. He's told somebody, either in jail or when he's drunk or something. If you'll just wait, most people, where 2 people are involved, one will talk. One will talk. They'll talk to other people. They'll talk to the police. They'll trade out. They'll plea out. Had Tennessee Bureau had been as interested in this guy as Mississippi was, they could have teamed up together and they could have probably got a confession out of this guy.
Yeah.
Tennessee TBI wasn't concerned about looking elsewhere. Warren Jones was wanting to look at Buford Pusser.
Too focused on that.
He was focused. He was
Tunnel vision.
tunnel vision. He wanted Buford Pusser. Buford, you don't see Buford Pusser making arrests on the state line with TBI, with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. You don't see Buford Pusser. He runs McNairy County. He's taking care of his county himself. Just like they didn't want to share this TBI case with the FBI, or the FBI maybe didn't even want to be, no, we don't want no part of that. Buford Pusser took care of his own county. He wanted, if something went wrong, he didn't care to get the blame.
Mhm.
But if it went right, he wanted people to know Buford Pusser cleaned up that county.
That's right.
Guys, that's all we got. Let's make this a short one. You
Yep.
got anything, babe?
Definitely a short one. No, it's just interesting how Mississippi was trying to help him, Buford and stuff, but not the
The
TBI.
proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
The proof, the evidence
And
is
he
in the
failed the polygraph.
3 times, 3 polygraphs.
Three.
3. They gave him 3 separate polygraphs, and he failed them.
So he definitely knew something.
And the word was, because they wouldn't have brought him in. First of all, he lied about the gun. First of all, he told them he didn't have a 30 cal. Then they had the 30 cal, but he had sold it. Who'd you sell it to? I don't remember who it was, he said. And then they told him who he sold it to, and they knew he was lying, took him for polygraph.
And here he is, one of the ones that was arrested.
But
at the state
polygraph
line.
is just as good as, the examiner, and
Mhm.
a polygraph is just only one little
Wow.
element. It's it's not even, it's just an investigative tool
Mhm.
that lets you know that, hey, this guy's been deceptive.
Yeah. But you noticed how they were talking about how Buford's statement didn't align and all this and that, and how they were gun ho on getting that. But yet this man failed 3 polygraphs, and they didn't even. They weren't gun ho on him.
They're not. Warren
That's
Jones
strange.
had his mind made up that he wanted Buford Pusser. For what reason?
Uh-huh.
We've heard all kinds of
Yeah.
speculation. We've heard one from that guy that I put a
Mhm.
thing on. I even posted his email. He sent me and said that Buford
Text.
Pusser was that
Warren.
Warren Jones was after Buford's wife, and that's why he didn't like Buford and so forth. And then he says, well, it was hearsay. Well, everything him and Mike Elam and Baldwin say is hearsay. They have no credibility and they have no evidence. But why would you even say that? First of all, I didn't even mention that until today, when he was talking about our little thing somebody had made us, the truth with proof, and I
Wow.
posted a video of that, and I went ahead and posted his email, a
text.
message where
Mhm.
he wrote me and said, Warren, I said, what do you have on Warren Jones? And he said, Warren Jones was, whatever he said, it's the quotes, I've quoted it word for word in there, was after Buford's wife.
And that she had no interest in him.
And
But
he wanted Pauline. That's what he said.
that's
And so what was Warren Jones's part? Why was Warren Jones after Buford? That he couldn't see the forest for the trees. Here's your suspect. W.O. Hathcock was a suspect. You've got Dennis Hathcock, W.O.'s son, out here running around all night, following Buford Pusser around, telling where he's at, what he done.
Exactly.
58 years later, he tells that.
Mhm.
He tells it 58 years later.
Mm.
I'm sure he didn't tell the TBI the next day, or the FBI or the state police or anybody for the first 20 or 30 years. I don't know when probably when him and Mike Elam met, that he said, well, I followed them around all night, and it's over with. I'm never going to be charged with nothing. TBI talked to number one living suspect in my book would be, at least with knowledge,
Mhm.
of what happened, or who had him trailing the sheriff, who had him letting the people know when he got home. Yeah, that's the sad part. Just like Mississippi doing the polygraph on this guy, Tennessee didn't. There's no record of Tennessee ever questioning Bobby Floyd. There's no record of that.
That's
no record in their files where they've ever even questioned Bobby Floyd. They gave him a polygraph and he failed the polygraph. Mississippi did.
3.
But Warren Jones and these guys have.
Wow, sad.
close, baby.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Sorry. Thanks for watching. We hope you're doing well. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.